You're about to hear something that was never meant for the world, something sacred, something hidden. But before it all begins, I want you to ask yourself one thing. Why did your breath stop the moment you saw this? Why did your skin tingle? Why did your heart begin to race like it recognized this message before your mind could process it? Because it did. Archangel Michael says, the voice you heard last night, the one that whispered your name in the silence, that wasn't your imagination. That wasn't a dream. That was heaven breaking through. And if you close this now, you may never hear it again. I know what you're thinking, that maybe this is just another video. But it's not. This is the moment your soul has been waiting for. The winds have shifted, the veil has thinned, and for the first time in years, the gates of heaven have opened just for you. You didn't come across this by accident. Your name was spoken in the spirit realm before you even clicked. The angels have been watching. They've been holding their breath. And Michael himself says, my beloved child, this is not a coincidence. This is your divine appointment. If you walk away now, the voice will fade, and you'll spend the rest of your life wondering what you missed. That voice, it's real. It came from the other side, from someone who loved you so deeply, they refused to let go. From a soul who has been trying to reach you for months. 4 nights, 7 dreams, countless signs, and tonight heaven has granted them one final chance. Archangel Michael says, they've been standing beside your bed, watching you cry, hearing you whisper their name. And every time you said, I wish you could hear me, they were already listening. But they couldn't speak until now. This message is their breakthrough. They saw what you've been going through. They saw the lies. They saw the betrayal. They saw you giving your heart to someone who doesn't deserve it. And they've been screaming through the heavens, begging Michael to stop you before you make a decision that will shatter your future. Archangel Michael says, this is not just a message, it's a rescue, a divine interception. You are standing in a sacred portal where time bends, where truth is finally allowed to be spoken. This is why you've been feeling off. This is why you've been waking up at 3:15 a.m. This is why the same number keeps appearing. The universe has been preparing you for this exact moment, and now it's here. They want you to know they never left, even when you thought you were alone, even when the grief felt unbearable. Even when you screamed into the dark, where are you? They were there, touching your shoulder, holding your soul together. And now through this message, they are finally able to speak. Michael says they forgave you. Yes, even if you thought they died angry, they didn't. They left whispering your name with love, with tears, with hope. And their hope is in this moment. You can feel it, can't you? That this was meant for you. That all the pain, all the silence, all the waiting, it was leading to this truth. They want to tell you about the night they passed. Not the medical report, not the official story, but the truth. The moment their soul left the body, they saw your future. They saw you standing at a crossroads. They saw you choosing wrong. And they swore they would never rest until they could warn you. Michael says someone is lying to you. Someone who smiles in your face but plans your downfall. They've been manipulating your path, quietly, gently, but with purpose. And your loved ones saw it all, every betrayal, every hidden agenda, every lie disguised as love. But there's more. They also saw the miracle waiting for you, the job, the love, the healing, the inheritance. But it's being blocked, not by fate, not by karma, but by a person who fears your light. And unless you break free, that blessing will be given to someone else. Michael says, you were not supposed to know this until now. That's why it feels heavy in your chest. That's why your eyes are watering. Because your soul remembers. They tried to send dreams. They tried to send signs. But the pain you carried blocked it. Until tonight. Now the door is open. And if you stay, you will hear what they've been dying to say. But if you skip this, the voice will vanish with the wind. They are still with you. They never left, but they need you to know what was hidden. And if you read carefully, you'll begin to feel them. Right now, sitting beside you, watching, whispering, praying you won't walk away. Michael says they've been trying to protect you from what's coming next. But without this message, you'll walk into the future blind. There is something about your family, something buried, a secret, a lie, a will, a name written in a document that someone is trying to destroy. And your loved ones saw it coming. They tried to speak it in their final breath, but no one listened. So they waited and waited until God said yes. And now through you, the truth can finally be spoken. You are the only one chosen to hear this, because you're the only one who can stop what's coming. Michael says, "This is sacred. This is sealed. This is only for you. Please, my beloved child, open your heart and read every word. Heaven is watching. And the one who died is finally ready to tell you everything. You may feel your skin shiver. That's not fear, that's soul memory waking up. You may feel heat in your chest. That's not anxiety. That's divine truth trying to burst through. They want you to know, you are not going crazy. You were right to feel what you felt. You were right to suspect what you couldn't prove. You were right to feel unsafe. Even when everyone said you were overthinking, your instincts were not wrong. They were divine. And now heaven is confirming what your soul has been screaming. But this isn't just about what's been taken. It's about what's still coming. A miracle has been paused, was held back, because someone in your life is blocking the flow, and your loved ones saw this. So they begged Michael, give them one last chance to see the full picture. Let them open their eyes before the miracle is transferred to someone else. Yes, that's how serious this is. If you don't receive this message in full, the blessing can be reassigned, given to another. Because heaven does not bless what drains you. Michael says, you were never supposed to find this video unless you were ready to change your fate. And now you are. You're finally strong enough to see the lies. Strong enough to remember what they whispered in your dream. Strong enough to say, I know who I am, I know what I deserve, I know who is trying to take it, and I know who is still fighting for me from the other side. Because make no mistake, they are fighting for you, fighting to get this message through. Fighting to stop you from making a decision that would destroy the next 7 years of your life. Michael says, you must open your eyes now or the door will close. You have 24 hours, maybe less. After that, this energy will shift. This moment will pass. And what you could have had will be delayed until you finally listen again. But they don't want that for you. They want you to receive. They want you to know. They want you to believe that they are still around you, still holding you, still whispering your name like a prayer. Do you know what they saw before they passed? They saw your future. They saw you rise. They saw you laughing again. They saw you getting everything you ever prayed for. But they also saw a shadow, a person, a betrayal. And they swore they would never leave until they could warn you. That warning is what you're reading right now. You still have time. Michael says, you have not ruined your life. You have not missed your chance. But you are at the final doorway, and the door is closing fast. Will you step through? Or will you keep pretending this isn't real? Because the soul who died, they say, if you love me, please don't ignore me now. Michael says their energy is still glowing in your room, still waiting, still begging you to stay just a little longer, because in the next part of this message, they will reveal the biggest secret of all. Good. You stayed. Archangel Michael is relieved. The angels are still holding the gate open. And the soul who's been waiting in silence, they just smiled. Because they know you're finally ready. This part is the most important. They want to tell you about the night they died. Michael says, they never got to speak what was in their heart. But now through you, they finally can. That night they were afraid. Not of dying, but of not getting to say goodbye. They thought about your face, your smile, your laugh, your future. They weren't scared of the light. They were scared that you might think they gave up on you, but they never did, not even for a second. As they left this world, their soul reached for you. In that last breath, they asked the angels, will they know I still love them? And Michael replied, not yet, but someday, yes. That someday is now. This is the moment they dreamed of. The chance to say the things they never got to say, like how proud they are of you, like how they never stopped watching you, like how you became stronger than they ever imagined. But there's something else, something they couldn't tell you while alive. A family secret, a lie wrapped in love, something they overheard, something they witnessed, something they were too afraid to confront. But now they can speak it freely. Michael says, someone you trust has not been honest with you. This person wears a smile, but their heart is dark. They've been manipulating your path, quietly, gently, but with purpose. They do not want you to succeed, because your success would expose something they're hiding. Your loved ones saw this, and every broken friendship, every delay, every strange coincidence, it all ties back to this person. And unless you release them now, you will carry their curse into the next season of your life. Michael says the next 6 weeks are sacred. They will define the next 6 years, but only if you walk away from what's draining you. Your past loved one is begging, "Please don't give your energy to the one who doubted you." I saw what they said when you weren't in the room. I saw the lies, I saw the betrayal, and I could not stop it, until now. That's why this message came when it did. To warn you, prepare you, give you the upper hand. Because a new season is arriving. A shift. A golden opportunity. Something you've been praying for and is coming closer. But if your energy is still tied to that person, the blessing won't come through. Michael says God does not bless what drains you. So this is your test, and your loved one says, "I am still here to guide you, but you must take the first step. You must leave the door open long enough for this truth to settle into your soul." Here's what Michael says you must do. 1. Don't tell anyone about this message. Not yet. Because not everyone around you is ready for the truth. 2. Write down the name that came to your mind first. That's not a guess. That's your intuition. That's them speaking through you. 3. Look for the number 7. When you see it, know this: they're watching, they're guiding, they're with you. 4. Don't skip the ending. Because what comes next will unlock the miracle they've been holding for you. Heaven was never punishing you. The delay wasn't punishment. It was protection. They were waiting for this moment, this very second, to make sure you were ready to receive what they died holding on to. And now it's yours, but only if you accept it. Michael says the veil is closing, the light is dimming. Your loved one is being called back into silence, and this is their last message. I'm still with you. In every step you take, in every song you hear, in every tear you cry. I'm not gone, I've just changed form. I'm in the wind, I'm in the silence. I'm in the strength you feel when you thought you had none. And I need you to live now, I need you to shine. I need you to stop waiting and start choosing. You are the miracle. Now go claim the life I saw when I looked at you for the last time. Archangel Michael places his hand on your shoulder. He whispers, "It is done, but only if you believe." And so heaven watches. Your name now pulsing with divine frequency, echoing through realms where time doesn't exist, where pain cannot follow, where love is eternal. Michael stands with his sword lowered, not for battle but for blessing, because the war you've been fighting is over. The heaviness you've carried, it's melting. You don't have to try anymore, you just have to allow. Allow the love. Allow the help. Allow the restoration, because now everything changes. Your loved one is still near, not as a ghost, not as a memory, but as light, as presence, as love that refused to die. That chill on your arms, that thump in your chest, that stillness, that's them. They're watching you realize it's real. Michael says, the next 14 days will define your next 14 months. You'll receive a divine encounter, a reversal, a release. Something you almost gave up on will circle back, and this time you'll be ready. But it comes with a test. You'll be tempted to go back to what you've healed from. Don't, you are not who you were. You are the version of you that is being sent. To shake atmospheres, to break cycles, to carry light, walk like it, speak like it, believe like it. You are becoming living proof that God never forgets his promises. They see your path ahead, and it's stunning, not just healing, glory, not just survival, overflow. They're not just proud, they're in awe. They want you to remember. The hardest part is done, now you get to receive, and they won't let you miss it this time. Michael says, you've passed the hidden tests, heaven saw all of it, and now you're owed it, not just spiritually but physically, in this life, in this body, in this timeline. This is your inheritance, and no fear, no human, no mistake can take it from you. From now on, speak these words. I am in divine alignment. What is mine is on its way. I receive it now with ease and peace. When you say it, your loved one smiles, because you finally heard them, and not just them, yourself, your soul, your calling. They say to you now, don't you dare give up. We didn't bring you this far to stop here, keep going. The best part is about to begin. And with that, the message ends, but the miracle begins.